So, as most of you know, Katherine is the best person ever. Actually, the best person ever.
I'm sure most of you can recall a time where Katherine has gone above and beyond the call for help.
Speaking for myself, Katherine was always the one to make sure that I never left the house looking like a hobo. Sweatpants and a sweater and like a sweat top were not acceptable. You could only have one item in that variety.
I'm honored to stand here today in front of all of you with the beautiful couple, Kenneth and Katherine. And I'd like to say a few words from my vantage point as Kenneth's friend for more than a decade. A few years ago, when Kenneth was on his internship in California, I was here in Toronto. And during this time, there were moments when I was struggling with my own mental health. Despite the distance, he would check up on me, include me in his life, and make sure that I never felt like a burden. This devotion that he has reached new heights. Early in their relationship, I would probe questions about Katherine, and I remember distinctly there being a point where I could see his devotion. And at that point, I knew that I'd be here giving this very speech years later.
I remember when we both worked in Oakville. One day he invited me for lunch, and I was wondering what it was for, and he told me about Kat. He said, I met this girl in church. He's like, what should I do? I said, go for it, man. And from that day, I could tell that Kenneth found something special. And ever since then, he's had a twinkle in his eye and a skip in his step.
I wrote a speech. I can't say my speech. Every time I would start reading it, I would cry. When I was watching my beautiful daughter walking down that aisle and she was so smiley, I couldn't take my eyes off of Kenneth because he had that look on his face of just awe and love.
I'm just lost for words. So happy and so grateful to see all of you here. And I'm so proud to see my son as a husband and a groom.
I, Kenneth,
take you,
Katherine,
to be my wife,
to love
and to cherish
for the rest of our lives,
according to God's holy law.
Agradecemos, Senhor, em nome de Jesus. Amen.
Amen. I'm very proud to present Mr. and Mrs. Samuel.
This is such a monumental time for all of us, not just for Kenny and Kat, but for everyone here tonight.
This has been something that's in the making for 2+ decades. Everyone,
Put your hands together for the 2019 NBA champion Toronto Raptors.
The Toronto Raptors!